already having a good opening with Juggler and Master for Battle. Lifecoach having the Paladin as well, so that's the mirror you wanted, Frodan.
It is the exact one that I wanted. That's right. Paladin vs. Paladin is so tempo-oriented and hard to calculate what can actually happen if your opponent just gets blown out. Now look at that starting hand for both players. You notice something in common?
No, yeah, there is a couple of cards that are similar.
It's a couple of cards that potentially could lead into blowouts on both sides. Knife Jugglers and Muster for Battle. So Lifecoach just has to hit one of these juggles. You think he can do it?
Well, I think he can do it. He misses the first one. He hits.
He got it.
Yeah, he got it. Weapon also is so important in this matchup. Like having that weapon, Light's Justice, to kill the dudes and, well, kill Knife Jugglers as well, is really doing a lot. But there is a consecration for Faramir. Even though he's not afraid of Quartermaster yet, it's only turn 3, so he is the one with the coin. Quartermaster not being able to drop on 4. Still, consecration here, very powerful.
Yeah, and the fact that he can use consecration on one of the Muster for Battles, it's good comfort in his mind. But look at that!
Whoa.
A second Muster for Battle followed by Quartermaster on the following turn.
That's big, especially because one consecration was really used. Oh, look at this.
Tempting. It is tempting, but, you know, that is your second consecration.
You have to calculate, like, what's the chance that there is a Quartermaster, and if Quartermaster is being dropped, what will happen with the board? So if you go with your own Master for Battle here, which I'm not sure you really want to, because you do have that Juggler. Oh man, Faramir takes the risk. He'll be so disappointed here.
I mean, it's very unlikely to have it. So the fact that he gets the Quartermaster, it's just difficult because now there's so much pressure, and like we said, it's snowballing out of control. And you know, we joked in the past about how Paladin vs. Paladin might have been really slow, but in general, it's sped up so much because of these type of cards where now he needs like a quality to deal with it pretty easily. But whoa!
Low
1 second here. We have a Lore Walker Cho in the house, which gives Muster for Battle right back over to Lifecoach.
There is one more sleeper card that's really important in this matchup, and the card is Harrison Jones. It can deal with the weapon.
Right.
Can draw some cards.
Harrison Jones is always so amusing on a three charge weapon. Although he technically doesn't need to put that down. He can just try to control the board with really sticky minions, the Shielded Minibot, the Pilot Shredder. Those cards are really high impact as well. And I like building that up over Harrison. The priority will be that you don't want Harrison to get smacked by a Truth Over Champion and then demand control of the board. Instead, you should go the opposite direction where you should try to use Harrison to take out the Truth Over Champion and then leave your opponent in a really awkward spot.
Oh yeah, certainly. And we can see what you already mentioned, that this is a tempo game, and Lifecoach took that tempo away. He is the one maintaining it, and just developing the board further with minions, dealing with the possible threats is putting him in a very good position here. Consecration being very strong, but then giving Lifecoach a consecration as well. The Lore Walker Cho is not doing good for Faramir.
Lure Walker Troll. Oh my god! Shielded Minibot!
Faramir's just smiling and conceding here, like, oh man.
That's funny, I don't want to say the Pilot Shredders made the difference. They did have an influence for sure, but the big difference maker had to be that early start and the fact that Lifecoach put his Knife Juggler first. I don't think Faramir made mistakes per se. It's just that the draws were very, very powerful in Lifecoach's end. All he had to do was hit with one juggle, and then from that point on, the tempo was completely in his favor. He had a reasonable curve. He had that Quartermaster right on time. I think we're about to go into game number 2. Yes, we are. Oh, I see an Arcanite Reaper. That's already a different card. In fact, it's the Mech Warrior. I forgot about that. Lifecoach really likes Mech Warrior, too.
Mech Warrior? Can you tell me more about this deck?
Well, it's essentially still benefiting off of Mech Warper, except you're using Warrior to do really aggressive burn, and you leverage cheap removals like Execute in order to get past. Lifecoach played this last week, I believe, and won. And maybe he'll do it again. Except against Paladin, I feel like it'd be a class you struggle with. Just because no matter how big your board is, in the end they might have a quality consecration. Although now it's different though, because Paladins have been running 1 equality as their standard. They are very start dependent. You know, sometimes they don't get the right draws. I'm not sure, man. This is still such a new deck. It's really difficult to say for exactly.
Well, we can look at it kind of like Mech Mage, and looking at Paladin. Paladin is there is Sera for Faramir, but Paladin is again in general strong versus Warrior because you are able to get the tempo early, get those minions, and then Warrior just eventually runs out of removal cards. But with this, we have to treat it like a Mech Shaman, maybe Mech Mage, also snowballing. So again, a tempo game, I believe.
Tempo Mage, I don't know, man. Tempo Mage is... I kind of want to like Tempo Mage, but sometimes I just can't bring myself to like it. It's just one of those things where it sometimes has inconsistent draws and you just get punished. By the way, Lifecoach, putting Fel Reaver in, 8+, man. I really like Fel Reaver nowadays. Before, it was one of those things where I just couldn't figure out what deck it really belonged in. But now, like, mech decks have really figured out that Fel Reaver just has to hit the face once, and you do crazy stuff. And you know what's so funny about Arcanite Reaper is, like, it's as if you have Doomhammer with Rockbiter, but you just have it for one time, and that's it. You just hit the face for 10, and it's a lot of punishing damage, really. So I'm actually digging the mech deck. And Screwclank Junker is going to be really funny too once it punishes Faramir for trying to develop anything on the board.
Well, this Mech Warrior right now looks really good, especially with Faramir having no hard removal in his hand. He is able to clear that Cult Master, but if Lifecoach just clears those dudes, then Quartermaster is not going to do much. Oh, he's actually...
Yeah.
Okay, killing one dude makes a lot of sense.
I mean, it's kind of like he has another piloted Sky Golem in his deck, right?
Yeah,
the Shredder just is there. It's doing so much damage. The 6 attack minions are the ones that creep on you the most. It's like you don't really feel like it's that too different from a 5 attack minion, but you just realize that it cuts a whole turn off of your health in terms of how much damage it can do. And this is absolutely insane, the amount of pressure that you can put on here. Now, interestingly enough, there is that big game hunter and there's their Alder Peacekeeper. Both ways you can deal with really big attack minions. So Fel Reaver is not the play here. Not to mention that the board's not safe.
The Sludge Belcher will be really important for Faramir because normally Lifecoach can go for face and try to seal the game with the Arcanite Reaper. But then here, well, I think playing just a couple of mechs will be very valuable for him.
The problem, how do you proceed from there? Do you trade on the board at all, so that way it's a little better, or do you just hit the face and put him at 10 health?
I would like to make an assumption that there will be no taunts. So playing a Mech Warper, and how's this the Warrior mech called?
This is Mech Warrior.
Mech Warrior,
like the old game where it used to be. You remember, right? It's basically like video game Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
You do like barrel rolls and stuff. Don't you remember? They tried making a new game like Hawken off of it. Oh, I like it. Arcanite Reaper to the face. Put him at potential lethal. Get stopped.
He has a lot of pressure there.
Though. Yeah.
And it's not like Paladin's running a lot of taunts. Like, it's not a Tyrion turn, and there is a chance for a Sludge Belcher.
That's funny. Lifecoach is hoping for anything that had damage, but unfortunately it doesn't. Although this Lightwell keeps him alive for a little bit.
Oh, there's a Ragnarok.
Snap! There's Rag in this deck too.
Well, there are no heals for Faramir, so Ragnaros is potentially lethal in 2 turns when Lifecoach will be able to play it. For now, he's still just fighting for board. Like, Faramir's board is not that great. Just a 2-5 and a 1-2. Hoping that Fel Reaver will survive. Another Sludge Belcher.
Oh man, another Sludge.
BGH. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's so interesting with Reavers because before everybody was playing double BGH to counter booms and big decks, but right now somehow people stopped having the answer. Like Faramir here has that BGH, but most of the time Reaver actually stays on board. Oh, so many weapons actually burned. The Warbot being burned is fine, but then losing second Arcane Reaper and Fire War Axe is definitely painful. So what Lifecoach
Definitely
has
painful,
to do,
but like until Paladin gets some health gain, like this Ragnaros is gonna be so problematic.
yeah, so Lifecoach just needs to clear the board and get the best chance of Ragnaros to seal the game next turn. This is really interesting. Might be Dr. Boom turn.
Yeah, but the problem with Dr. Boom, like, okay, so you know he burned his other Arcanite Reaper and 2 of his Fiery War Axes.
Belcher, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's Faramir's playing pretty safe here.
Yeah, you can't account for like anything missing. Like if he has Gore Howl or any other weapon burn, Death's Bite.
Oh,
Ragnaros
20% to win.
I mean, anything he hits on the board eliminates a lot of power too. He gets rid of the taunt, and these minions would have to trade in.
I have no time.
Yeah, also, that's a taunt down. I wonder what weapons Lifecoach is playing in his deck. Does he run Gorehowl?
Alright, well, still risky business. Alright, Lifecoach basically just plays his hand here from this point on. And imagine Faramir's face if
1 in 7
/ when this Ragnaros hits the face. 1 in 6? 1 in 7? Oh.
Okay. Well, Lifecoach is still not close to dying. How much damage? But now I believe Faramir can steal the Ragnaros.
That's right. He just has to sequence everything. He just hits the... Oh, here's a problem. That Frothing Berserker actually grows a significant amount of health and damage.
That's actually good because then he can attack with Sylvanas into it.
Oh, that's right. I thought he was going to trade the Sylvanas in to Rag, and take that. But that's a really good opportunity as well.
Yeah, he also maintains the taunt, so right now Faramir has everything he needs. He gets the Ragnaros.
That's right. And I don't think there's a way for Lifecoach really to bounce back. Those Sludge Belcher draws were so big.
Getting a Brawl?
Getting a Brawl would be huge.
That might be the only out. Also, Faramir started healing suddenly.
Well, I guess, yeah, the True Silver Champion allows him to heal for a little bit. Boombots! Boombots they still really can't do this as long as Faramir plays Keep Away.
Well, if Lifecoach top decks Gorehowl and Boombots actually manage to kill the taunt and maybe deal 2 damage to face so that Faramir can't heal.
I feel like that's almost as likely as Doomsayer coming out of the Pilot Shredder.
Can Faramir go for lethal with Ragnaros here? If he attacks Dr. Boom with Shredder... Yeah, he needs to see what he gets from Shredder. That's a blank.
Yep, Swamp Ooze doesn't cut it. Boombot! I mean, it's cleaning up a lot of the board. And the fact that he's at 8 health too is very secure. And
Faceless Manipulator into Ragnaros and then hit face.
Oh, you're right. Faceless Manipulator.
We've seen it today. We might see it again.
Nah.
Oh, come on. What was the card?
That wasn't meant to be, man.
That was Tinkertown Technician. Oh, man.
Oh, it's actually getting really dark in my room. I think the sun needs to open up a little bit.
Winter's coming and darkness approaches.
That's right. Alright.
And see what the players picked for the next game. That's a lot of mechs. Mech wars.
Mechs versus mechs. Antonitis means it's the mech mage for Lifecoach, and of course we saw that scientist usually means it's going to be mech mage as well. So the thing about mech mage versus mech mage is that against other classes, it usually can be like a blowout or just like for the mech mage or a stomp the other way. But in this mirror, I actually really enjoy watching the mirror.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of small nuances that makes it like where you can take a decision in a line and it ends up like really having strong ramifications for the outcome of the game.
Oh yeah, certainly. This is a very difficult matchup. Like it's a move for move. It's really swingy, and most of the time it ends up whoever plays the bomb first. Like because you trade with minions so much, then at turn 7, let's say, the board is more or less clear, and somebody plays the bomb like Dr. Boom. That's why people started adding Ragnaros, because it changes the matchup a bit. You want the Ragnaros in the mirror match. So yeah, this will be a very interesting match to see. Sometimes one of the players can snowball and really like overpower the other, but most of the time they just trade minions.
Something needs tinkering?
Yeah, the thing about the mirror entity too is that it's problematic in the sense that you want to develop the spider tank as the normal drop over the Tinkertown Technician, but you also strengthen your opponent's board, and you did have the Goblin Blast Mage. So that's like one of those things where, you know, Lifecoach should sit back and think about what's going to come out.
All right, so well, looking at the hands, like Med Scientist, as you said, is really important. Both of the players missed the Cog Master, and that's one of the cards that can trade with Mech Warper, with the Snow Chugger. It's also important in this match. Getting good Blast Mages.
Yeah, now with so much pressure, the double Spider Tank is like so problematic.
Oh
well,
man, Blast didn't do much.
That helped at least with the trade onto the Neutron. But oh man, his own Blast Mage now has so much potential to destroy everything.
Getting 2 hits on that Blast Mage is important for the good trader.
2 shots on the 2 shots onto the Goblin Blast Mage, not the most appealing one. The coolant could be really valuable as well. What pops out of the 2/2 popping out of the Shredder seems to be also valuable because it contests onto the board. Of course, we do see it yet.
Yeah, I think like the game pans out exactly as we expected. It's a lot of minion trading, and it's not that any of those players has a specific advantage on board, but then Faramir is the one ahead a bit, and he has the Dr. Boom on turn 7.
Yeah, it sprays just a little perfectly there. Other than the Mad Scientist taking that hit, didn't really necessarily need to do that, but making sure to get the damage onto it was really significant. Now, Lifecoach is the one that has the Mirror Entity. Going to be trying to deny his opponent's Dr. Boom turn.
Double coolant. Well, Faramir might be locked into not playing a minion if he doesn't draw into anything small. Like getting Clockwork Gnome on even a Snow Chugger will be very big next turn. But if he doesn't get a minion, if he gets a Frostbolt, I guess it's fine as well, because then he can play Pirate Shredder, get it copied, and then kill it. But if he doesn't, that's so awkward getting into that mirror entity.
Mm. Lifecoach doesn't want to have the misfortune of layering his secrets directly over each other. The Mad Scientist will pull another mirror entity, which it can't, because it's already currently up. So if he plays a Scientist, all he does is hope that it doesn't die. And if Faramir knows this, of course, he can make sure it doesn't lay over each other. And that Frostbolt is a really nice draw.
Yeah, but then what do you do after that? Like, if you play Pilot Shredder, it gets copied. So you might also think about playing Pilot Shredder and killing the Shredder with the Frostbolt. That's a very tricky
fair
turn.
enough. But then you know that your opponent might have the opportunity to play a second mirror entity then. And that's also problematic.
Yeah, you basically need to get rid of mirror entity so that you play, so that you can play Dr. Boom. So Faramir stalls again and tries to get another small mech. Well, a chance to get a very small mech right now is very big for Faramir because he got a couple of spells. He got those pilot shredders. He has Dr. Boom, so a chance to get. He even uses Spider tanks. So another mirror entity for Faramir this time.
Yeah, the mirror entities are really stalling out the matchup right now. He's going to try to whittle down that mad scientist either way. And that's not what Lifecoach wanted to see, because he wanted to buy time until he can get some big drop.
Haha! Draws into mirror entity. What's happening?
That's so funny. Like, so basically, this mad scientist, everything worked out okay.
I guess. Yeah, this game right now is so confusing. Both players are actually in a standstill. Fireball, another card that's not a small minion. Faramir still locked with those piloted shredders in his hand.
I guess the bright side is opponent's not stuck on it.
Well, Lifecoach is definitely happy about it. Seeing the shredder, and he knows that his opponent had so much trouble with mirror entity, he just replays it and starts going for face here. Maybe even picks up a minion.
He gets the Cogmaster.
It might be small, but it's a good card.
Right, and it can activate his opponent's mirror entity as well. So there's his out if he needs to play a big minion in the next couple of turns.
So this turn for Lifecoach, he just pings the 1/1, plays mirror entity, freezes the 4/3. Is there a need to? Alright.
Well, he chooses to kill it off, and then he can play Cogmaster so it doesn't get the buff from the mech. And then he can kill it off too. And then he can play Mirror Entity. It could have been really nasty if his opponent got a Noyotron, but it's very unlikely.
There is an Azure Drake for Faramir, which is good. He will be able to fireball if he needs to.
Yeah, he definitely needs to make sure the board doesn't get out of control.
You can even kill the Shredder. Look, he's playing around Lord of the Show.
Very nice.
Oh, that's great for Faramir.
Watcher is basically nothing.
Yeah, it's really hard to activate it in this.
Oh man!
Whoa!
He's
that
the first
so
boom.
big.
Freeze the Drake, or do you just kill the Drake? I guess you can just save it.
1/1 Blast Mage is not doing anything, and you're the one with Boom.
Right, and I mean you have Antonitis, which is cool, but you don't actually have any spells. This is problematic. Dr. Boom comes down.
Yeah, it's Boom Wars. And you're the one with the Boom Bots now. So this Ancient Watcher might actually serve as a shield.
Meaningful purpose, yeah.
Oh man, the bots.
Yeah, the coolant can buy you some really valuable time. Oh, nice.
Dr. Boom is essentially 14 points of damage if he attacks twice.
Right, and then you can squeeze in a little bit more with the Blast Mage if you play it.
That's huge.
And then you
that would be
freeze
enough.
Dr. Boom. That would be... I mean, that would be enough if you draw a Fireball. Oh, a Noyotron. Wow.
What is
that
happening?
Is so clutch.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. How close is this game? The Boombot goes for face.
And, you know, the Snow Tracker follow-up is going to be really big, too, to buy some more tempo. And
yeah,
that's put Faramir in a spot where he can lethal his opponent, too, now.
That's 5, 6, 13, 14. Faramir will miss. I think Faramir will actually miss damage. He needs to top deck something like Blast Mage, Frostball, Fireball. Interesting. Lifecoach is thinking what to attack because Blast Mage. If you put Blast Mage on 1, then just Hero Power clears it. You lose 2 damage, but then if you keep Blast Mage as a 2 health minion, the Faramir will have to trade into it.
Yeah, but he has a couple of easy ways he'd rather trade. Not to mention that he can freeze his opponent's Dr. Boom and go for his opponent's face. This is really tough.
Clockwork Gnome is important in the sense that it can get a spare part for Faramir, so he will be able to feed Antonidas. So this means that right now he doesn't have to rush. He just he can clear the board, but then he can't just play Clockwork and ping it. But with Lifecoach not having any cards, he needs a Fireball to deal with this Antonidas right now.
That's right. Fireball would be the exact thing that he ordered, or Doomsayer.
Doomsayer is the thing.
No, explosive sheep. I think that's it, right? That's game right here. Just ping off the Clockwork Gnome and go for the Fireball finish.
Interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can Faramir see this.
He's got this. Rusty Horn, and pretty much everything was allowed because the only thing that wouldn't have killed him, right, was Time Rewinder. If he got Time Rewinder, he wouldn't have been able to.
You can use Time Rewinder.
Actually, no. If he had Antonidas only and Time Rewinder, then it would have been a problem.
Yeah. But he has the sheep, so it's fine. He even get that Clockwork Gnome. Oh man, that was an interesting game. Mech Mage versus Mech Mage, so fun to watch. Alright, so the players are ready. We can see Faramir taking the Hunter, and Lifecoach choosing to replay his Mage. He knows that he needs to win with both decks, so at this point it doesn't matter which deck he starts with. Very nice start for Lifecoach. Clockwork into Snowchugger into Think Master, another Think Master. There's a Leper Nymph for Faramir. And there's a Juggler, one of the most important cards in the matchup. Getting Unleash the Hounds would be very good for Faramir as well.
Definitely. So the trade into that is to play around Glaive Zuka, which is exactly what's in the hand. Oh, Mad Scientist. Pretty decent draw there.
Yeah, something like a Snake Trap can give a lot of advantage to Hunter because there are no AoEs for the Mech Mage. Getting those snakes, being able to trade into mechs, maintaining board control, especially if the Juggler is on board.
Yeah. Now the Tinkertown can get some value though. Spare parts also might be huge. That +1 health sometimes is really important. And he gets it. The armor plating, like that kind of stuff, like really makes sure, not necessarily in this scenario, but if you need to keep minions alive to try to race and Hunter's lining up perfectly for 2 health explosive trap benefits, then you're going to be in an opportunity to race a little bit faster. So I think those kinds of small details will be the ones that ultimately make or break the match for Lifecoach.
They do matter. Like, even if you want to trade into minions, let's say if Faramir would have an Animal Companion, get the Misha here, next turn Lifecoach could play Think Master and just buff the one on board and trade for almost for free, keeping his Think Master alive. So spare parts, they do always matter, especially if you know how to use them. Mirror Entity for Lifecoach, not very useful in this matchup.
No. The hero power seems inevitable. I guess a Noyotron could come down. The thing about Noyotron is that it's so effective if it comes down in the mid stages of the game, because then Charger's weapons get used up on it. Like Leroy gets stopped by a Noyotron type of thing. Of course, we do know that Faramir has the silence on the other end, so he can get past that relatively easily. But still no Unleash the Hounds. Faramir would love to pick up Unleash the Hounds, which would be one of his primary tools of climbing back onto the board here.
Oh yeah. Also, the fact that Lifecoach has a Snow Chugger and is able to lock down the weapon is very important. Mad Scientist is not going to die here if there is no silence, so no trap for now. Lifecoach just racing and securing his board.
Right.
What's the
Faramir
first
has the opportunity of accessing 5 mana, though, so that allows him to Knife Juggler, Owl, and then coin an Abusive Sergeant to trade into whatever he desires. Most likely the Tinkertown, or... No, actually, he can keep this now that he doesn't have to... Because the Snow Juggler is really problematic, like you said.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if he gets Explosive Trap, then he might be able to deal with the Chugger and Annoyatron. Oh, he's just going for face.
That is ballsy.
You know what? Faramir is saying, you want to race? I can race. I'm the face hunter here. I do have my Wolf Riders. I have my quick shots. I can race with you. That's not a problem. How are you going to deal with my board? And I think it's correct, because at some point Lifecoach will have to start trading with the minions. Like right now he can't really leave this on board and then just close his eyes, because he's staring at too much damage. And so Lifecoach will be the first to win and, you know, start killing stuff. What do you think about it? Do you think like Faramir should try trading and getting value from the secrets?
I mean, it has potential to backfire because of how much damage exists, and the fact that armor plating is really valuable. That 8 damage per turn is pretty insane, considering that almost everything that you have gets pinged off really easily. At a certain point, Faramir might have to just suicide his minion into the Tinkertown to make sure to get that trap. But until then, he can just keep going to the face.
Haunted Creeper was a bad card for Faramir. Not really pushing strategy here.
Right. I guess in the sense that it gives him a guaranteed minion for kill command, but other than that, it doesn't have much practicality. A little unlucky here for Faramir too, that his Wolf Rider caught the extra damage, because now he can just ping it off and kill off 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well, the thing is, like, he had a sequence, or I guess he could play Glaivezuka before playing the Wolf Rider, if he wanted to get the guaranteed +1 on a Mad Scientist.
Wow. All right, Lifecoach is going to be 1 damage off lethal, unless
there is a
Direwolf Alpha pops out of that thing, or Flame Tongue Totem.
This might be time to risk for Faramir. Just close your eyes and think, alright, he doesn't have the Fireball, he doesn't even have the Frostbolt, he doesn't even have +1 attack from those 3 spare parts he got.
That's a lot of assumptions. Wow.
And he
he's
actually
correct.
doesn't have those cards.
He's correct for now.
Whoa. But you know what? He can still get the Flame Tongue Totem from Pilot the Shredder.
What about Dr. Boom?
I wonder.
Is that too risky? Or
You still see what you got, because Bluegill is over. So now you mean Dr. Boom just on this
Boom
board.
bots? They have to do 6 damage.
I think you just play Annoyatron. You can't play Boom here. You need Annoyatron, because single Wolf Rider... Well, you've seen double Wolf Rider, but single Leroy Arcane Golem is going to kill you here. And
I'm saying you go for Dr. Boom, you let the Explosive Trap go, and you try to do 6 damage to the face. Because you're at 5 health.
It can be still Snake Trap.
You're right, it could be Snake Trap. But you're at 5 health, which is like... That's really nothing to a hunter. I guess Annoyatron could get stopped. Oh, is he going for it? Yeah,
Oh, he's actually going.
here we go.
Wow. Oh man, and that's
Boom
an explosive trap. Is it going to be 6 points of damage?
3.
Yes!
He
Oh
gets
my
it!
gosh! Faramir,
Oh, that's sick. Wow. That is a tight series. Oh, man.
His hand now looks amazing, actually, with double McWarper, Annoyatron, and Tinkertown Technician on 3.
Wow, dang.
Wow.
That's really awesome. And Faramir, of course, sees that his Night Shoveler will get contested, but is he forced to play it anyways? I guess not, because he has Abusive Sergeant as well.
Yeah, also it's not like you always expect the best opening from the mech deck. Like you don't want to see Mech Warper into an Iotron. That's super tough. But what you normally expect is like a Spider Tank, or maybe even like just this. Well, not a Snow Chugger because Warrior doesn't have it, but something that's manageable. That's why you drop the Hunted Creeper, because you get at least two knives from the Juggler. Especially with the Abuse the Surgeon, you can attack something for free, maybe kill the Mech Warper, get the Juggles, and then you still are left with 2 minions on board. So that's why the Hunter Creeper was the correct play, but Lifecoach is an amazing opening.
He's also trying to see if he should attack and kill off these spiders to play around the Knife Juggler possibilities. This is a very hard evaluation because both have strong implications. And he does interpret that his opponent has it. Faramir is very annoyed by it. Oh, Unleashed House is very nice. But that Noyatron's still doing pretty good work, making sure that there's a mech that sticks onto the board. And now Tinkertown can come down, as well as any mech that's 2 or less.
Lifecoach is so close to playing that piloted Sky Golem. But yeah, Technician is great on turn 3. So right now Lifecoach has all he needs. He has a very strong board, and Hunter will need to deal with this.
Yeah. Least desirable choices. Just kill one of the back.
Yeah, like, what would you expect? He's actually not killing anything, and that's crazy because we're going to see the Pilot Sky Golem being dropped on 4. But even if you think about Clunker, like, Clunker is a 4-mana card, and not killing those Mech Warpers, not denying the mech, even though it's counterintuitive because you are the Face Hunter, could cost you the game there.
Yeah, and he's, of course, Lifecoach is playing around the Unleash and the Knife Juggler combinations. Very good read on both ends. Faramir is trying to let his opponent build up a little bit more, but that Pilot Sky Golem is going to do so much damage with the Arcanite Reaper. Oh, man. That is just insane damage on both ends.
Well, you can still kill it and see what happens. On the other hand, Faramir has a full board now, and Lifecoach doesn't really have anything to deal with this. So Lifecoach will have to close his eyes and start attacking.
Yeah, just go face an Arcanite Reaper, man. Let him put up a taunt. In fact, he can't really put up a taunt unless he suicides his own minion first. he just says deal with it.
He needs a Misha.
Yeah, or yeah, he needs Misha. That's it, and it's Huffer.
How much damage is this right now?
There's no way for him to kill him this turn.
12,
right?
14, 17. Yeah, no way to kill him. So that's it.
He's like 5 short. Is there anything that could benefit him by killing off this Pilot Sky Golem? I can't imagine it. There's a couple of taunt minions too. Senjin Shieldmaster, Mogushan Warden.
Yeah,
look at this, man. A mech deck. Killing the Hunter. Jeeves!
I guess Jeeves can benefit him, but not in a way he wants.
Yeah, well, damned if you don't try, at least.
Yeah, just quick shot your own Huffer. Aww.
Arcanite Reaper, man.
That's
just
so
like a
powerful.
Doomhammer to the face.
That opening from Lifecoach is